am I at my core? I'm a woman refined by fire, but not consumed by it.
I've been an award-winning leader celebrated for my success, but I've also been laid off, survived a house fire, and battled chronic illness. Every setback became a setup to rise, reinvent, and shine brighter. I've created the Connie Korbelic podcast, a space to help you rise and reinvent with confidence. Join me every Saturday and step boldly into your next chapter.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry about that. I was muted as we're kicking off here. It is Friday, November 14th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are kicking it off a little different right now on Friday nights, just seeing how I like the vibe Friday night instead of Saturday morning. So just shifting gears here, seeing how things go. I hope you guys are enjoying the different time frames and just getting to connect with me in an evening versus a morning vibe. So I am so glad to have everyone here tonight. Go ahead, if you're watching live or watching the replay, check in, let me know I see you, and let me know where you're watching from. I certainly love to see what areas we're reaching, who we're talking to, what areas of the country are checking in. I appreciate all of you guys spending your evening with me. I pray you guys are well and enjoying your Friday night. And if you're catching this live right now, drop roots in the chat. If life has ever uprooted you, if you've ever felt like no matter how hard you tried to settle, the ground beneath you just kept shifting. If that's you, you certainly want to keep watching and listening, because tonight I'm sharing my story. The reason resilience isn't just something I teach, but something I have lived. So for those who might be new here, I'm Connie, your host, your resilience strategist and coach, and your reminder that God specializes in taking even the hardest seasons and turning them into purposeful callings. I hope you guys are able to hear me all right as well. Just going to go ahead and adjust some settings here. Thank you so much. All right. So to kick things off tonight, before I could help anyone else rise, I had to learn how to rise myself. You know, my story almost ended before it began. I was born fighting in a tangled umbilical cord around my neck. But God said, not yet. At 6 weeks old, we moved to Mississippi. At 6 months, Germany. At 3, I spoke German. By 5, we were back in the U.S. And hospitals became my second home. My brother battled a disorder. I battled asthma and a few other things that, would just make us spend a lot of time in hospital rooms, doctors' offices, all those sorts of things. And my parents worked really hard to provide for us. They gave us everything they could. Every move, every doctor visit, every new city. It taught me the art of adjusting quickly. And resilience then wasn't a concept, it was survival. At 17, my body betrayed me. Doctor said, you have symptoms of multiple sclerosis. Within months, I went from cheerleading and tennis to only being allowed to swim. And that hit me really hard. As a high schooler, teenager, you're active, you're just enjoying life and everything that you're able to do. I lost my mobility. I lost my independence. And I lost my hope at that time. And the world around me just didn't understand. You don't look sick, you're faking it. I felt unseen, unheard, and that no one believed me. My parents moved during this time of my life, and there were moments where we lived in a single wide trailer with relatives. I was homeschooled, but I fought my way forward. Fought my way as I studied 2 grades at once, graduated valedictorian, and I hiked 80 miles in New Mexico, still battling MS symptoms. And that was my first major comeback. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't easy, but it was real. In that period, that victory meant so much to me at that point in my life. College required special accommodations. Those accommodations brought jealousy, and in the workplace, it was the same story. But I learned something important in those moments of my life, that I could outwork doubt and that I could outshine any criticism. And then 2009 happened. Lightning struck our home. It burned and we lost everything. My parents were headed out of town, and so I'm standing in the road in front of my house watching the flames swallow our belongings. And I thought of Job. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Everything familiar at that point was gone. Childhood mementos, sentimental pieces of things that, were special to me from friendships and relationships. Having moved so much, I'd always keep something to remind me of those other places. And those little things were taken from me. By age 30, I had moved 28 times. Change wasn't an event. For me, it was a lifestyle. It had become the rhythm of my life. I followed later in my years in my father's footsteps in the telecom industry. 5 years in, I was laid off. I took a job in mortgage litigation shortly after that. Again, laid off. 2 layoffs in under 2 years, actually only 10 months apart. My husband and I moved in with my mother-in-law. It was humbling, but God was still writing. A new job in network marketing opened, and I thrived until 2016. I was exhausted. I was tired of fighting symptoms, tired of waiting for healing. And that's when I surrendered my battle to the ultimate healer, the ultimate doctor, Jesus Christ. And he healed me completely. That same year, I ran a 5K, symptom-free, pain-free, and for the first time in 12 years. That race wasn't about the distance. That race was about deliverance. A few years later, when leadership would shift at the company I worked for, I chose peace over position. I chose to step down, and instead, I was let go. By the end of that next week, though, I had a new job. Half the pay, twice the commute, but enough. Just enough is still enough when God is in it. Eventually, I found my place in manufacturing. From customer service to managing inventory to being a part of leadership. And along that road came changes too. But this time, I didn't break. I knew who I was, and I knew whose hand was guiding my life. I write about my experience of life so far this way. My given name is Constance, and it means steadfast. And as I look back over my life, I can see how God has written that name across every season of hardship, heartbreak, and healing. I see Constance through hospital rooms, the cardboard boxes of another move, the ashes of a burned down house, and the empty prescription bottles and pink slips. I see it, not just a name whispered over a baby girl in an emergency C-section, not just a label, but a banner, a birthright, and a calling. Steadfast doesn't mean to be still. It means rooted. Even when life, much like mine, keeps replanting you. And that God, in that moment, that's exactly what God was teaching me. He wasn't removing stability. He was revealing steadfastness. And unicorns, it took me years to realize something in what I thought was my mess. Everything I had survived, every diagnosis, every move, every fire, every layoff wasn't just something that happened to me. It was equipping me. And those experiences didn't just shape my resilience, they shaped my expertise. You can't guide people through reinvention unless you've had to reinvent your own life. You can't coach resilience unless you've been battle tested by storms that you can now help others walk through. And that's why I do this work today. Because I've lived the career heartbreak. I've lived in identity loss. I've lived the rebuilding. And if God can turn my rubble and my mess into leadership, my pain into purpose, and setbacks into strategy, He can do the same for you. I'm reminded of a biblical scripture that every season of my life has been an Ebenezer. For those who may not know scripture, there's a period where that's called a stone of help. Ebenezer is a place of victory, a stone of help. And from the umbilical cord that almost ended me, to the lightning that struck my home, and the illness that tried to take my life, the layoffs that broke my security, God was there. Each move, each heartbreak, each restart, another stone at the altar of resilience that He built inside of me. Today I stand, choking up my voice and all, restored, healed, still rising, because God has been faithful. And you know, if you're walking through your own fire right now, if life keeps uprooting you, layoff after layoff, and the landscape of political things these days and the challenges economically that companies are facing, you are not forgotten. You are being forged. And just like fire, makes diamonds and forges metals into beautiful things that support industry, that support a number of things across the economy and the world, you're being forged from what you are into something new, something of more value. So drop rock in the comments if you're rebuilding your own Ebenezer in your life right now. Share this episode with someone who needs some hope, someone who might need a coach, a resilience strategist to come alongside them. And if you're ready to rise, reinvent, and reclaim your value, reach out to me for one-on-one coaching. I'll leave my calendar link in the comments, and I'll give you 30 minutes of my time to help you launch into your resilient strategist next chapter. I'm going to pause here just to take a look at the socials and see what we've got going on. Mr. Walker in the house, Florida, fantastic. So good to see you. Thank you for checking in and listening tonight. God bless you as well. Awesome. I'm going to jump over to Instagram. All right. Well, I'm going to get us all closed out tonight. Until next time, guys, keep shining, keep believing. And remember, the little things in life mean so much. Take care. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and I will see you guys next week.